We're going to contextualize today's topic, and who would be better fit to do that than the project director, the head of the project ViSmedia, Astrid Gynnild.
Thank you. This is indeed a special day in Norway. For the first time in history, a Norwegian minister has withdrawn due to a Facebook post. But when I mentioned this event to our American colleagues here, they kind of, and so what? Because we do know that the realities in the US and Norway are pretty different, but it is a fact that today we are brought into the biggest political crisis for many years. And so I'm sure that quite a few people are following the press conferences and the debates in Oslo from here and elsewhere. And of course, if we are supposed to be serious ViSmedia researchers doing research on what's going on right now, we have to have a look at what actually lies behind the crisis, in the sense that the crisis was actually prompted by the recaptioning of a news image. So while news media are focusing on the drama of the government today, I wanted to take this opportunity to investigate the story behind the story. So this is a talk about news images, news agencies, credibility, and copyright. No one doubts what was the most discussed meme in Norway the last week. Here it is, the meme from the Facebook post that prompted Sylvi Listhaug to withdraw from her post after many days of intense debate. So what is a meme? A meme is a cultural item that is spread via the internet. In this case, it was an image that got a new phrase on it, and often memes are altered in humorous or creative ways, but this one was a bit more special. So last Wednesday, after several days of hard pressure, the Minister of Justice, she deleted this meme from her Facebook profile. But of course, neither the meme or the original image was gone from the internet. So I got curious, what were the origins of the picture? Where did it come from? We were informed that the photo stemmed from Associated Press, AP, which is one of the largest news agencies in the world. But what does it mean to be a news agency then? What we see here is only the frame, but behind here, what's going on? Well, a news agency is a networked organization that collects, produces, and disseminates large amounts of news items, text and visuals, to clients both globally in the news media and locally in the news media. And in a study that I did of such news agencies, it emerged that the main concern of the agencies, in addition to providing information, is of course to maximize profit through providing compelling news images and videos. In fact, imagery is now so important that the news agencies invest large amounts into building this up in the best way. And first of all, they have to compete on speed, and many times it's not a matter of minutes, but it's a matter of seconds. And they have to assure that their imagery is easy accessible for clients worldwide. But the most important is, of course, the accountability, that the captions, the verifications, that we know that, the images speak about realities. So what did I do? Well, a little bit more about the big four news agencies. These numbers are from the Associated Press, and we see that they produce more than 1 million photos a year and more than 50,000 videos a year. It means that they have more than 1,500 photographers listed at the same time as they have like stringers that is local photographers or freelancers in 263 locations in the world. That means that they are represented in almost every country. And the same goes for the other three big agencies, such as Reuters, the AFP, and the DPA. Just to mention that these agencies have a long history. They go back to the 1800s, and the old days it was very easy and simple because they used to share the world between them and then exchange imagery or more text at that time. But today they are part of incredibly big networks. They have agents in every country as well. So this is Scanpix, the Norwegian, or not only the Norwegian, the Scandinavian agent. They take care of the sales of, for instance, Associated Press imagery in the Nordic countries. So I called Scanpix to get the full info on this particular photo that we have seen so many times in Norwegian media lately. Here it is, and here you see what is listed in their database. First, note that the source is Associated Press, but on this image there is no photographer, so we don't actually know who did take the picture. But what we do see is what is called a caption, which explains the situation when the image was taken. And it says that it was from 2012 in Mogadishu, Somalia, and it's a picture of the militant group Al-Shabaab. So captions are short text that contextualize an image or a video in time and place. And actually, these captions are a hallmark of journalistic images and videos. They are the link that tie the visuals to and photos to a reality. But a growing problem, though, and not only for the news agencies, but for news media in general, is of course that very many news photos are decontextualized on the internet. This happens when people remove the captions so that they are kind of taken out of the context and they kind of turn into just being a picture or an image about something, and you can decide what you want to use it for. So here you see the meme to the left here, and here is the original, and you can note also that there's a watermark on the original. The watermark is so that people should understand that there is a copyright here and you're not supposed to use the imagery as such, but you can watch it on your screen. So, and I thought that the puzzle was resolved when I found this, but please help me now and have a look at the image to the left and see, is there any watermark on the belt, or what's happened there? What's going on? Okay. So, what we see also is that this particular news image was recontextualized into a political meme. And so the Minister of Justice wrote on Facebook that she had deleted the image. That happened last Wednesday. She had been told by those who owned the copyright in Norway, she said, that it should not be used for political messaging. And that is logical. As wholesalers of news imagery, news agencies have obligations towards their clients. They have obligations toward us as an audience and the context of the content of the visuals. They spend a lot of resources on image verifications and fact-checking. And the images are, of course, protected by copyrights. So the next step I did was to buy the picture in high resolution. You see the picture to the right, that's the high resolution one, and the one to the left is the one that you can just go into the database and watch in case you want to buy it. But indeed, it should be said that multimedia messaging in the news media is really getting very complex. And this slide exemplifies a podcast from the NRK broadcasting, which here is supplied with images from the database of the newspaper Dagbladet, and also supplied with captions from the conversation from the podcast. Then it was all posted in both Dagbladet and YouTube. So this is what happens every day, and if you start looking into all the videos and podcasts in the news media, there is a slide going on here. Again, we do know that when an image is out on the internet, it is for sure out of control. So I wanted to finalize this presentation with a video clip that has been watched by more than 4 million people on YouTube. And it exemplifies also what new technologies are capable of, and it's not just about the future, it's here, right now. And I still think that we do have some choices.
We present a novel real-time facial reenactment method that works with any commodity webcam. Since our method only uses RGB data for both the source and target actor, we are able to manipulate YouTube videos in real time. Here we demonstrate our method in a live setup. On the right, a source actor is captured with a standard webcam. This input drives the animation of the face in the video shown on the monitor to the left. A significant difference to previous methods is the re-rendering of the mouth interior. To this end, we resynthesize the mouth interior of the target actor using video footage from the training sequence based on temporal and photometric similarity. As we can see, we are able to generate a realistic and convincing reenactment result. Here we show a close-up of the footage from the previous live reenactment. The input video stream is shown on the left. Note that the target actor is re-rendered in a neutral pose.
Okay, that's the way it continues. I think that there is a lot to discuss and there's a lot to go into when it comes to visual technologies and development, not only in the news media, but in society as a whole. And in the ViSmedia project, Therefore, we explore how visual technologies of all sorts, including smartphones and drones and virtual reality, can be used responsibly in news coverage as well, because the credibility of news coverage is of fundamental importance in our democracies. And this conference is part of that travel. Enjoy. Thank you.